Let's talk about 3 things you learn when you fall in love with the learning process called failure. All right. There's a learning process called failure, and there's 3 things you learn when you fall in love with it. Number 1, you learn you. Dude. And that's the most important part of this. You learn you. You learn your temperament, your limitations, your pressure points. You understand what gets you going and what turns you off. I'll tell anyone that listens, do not be afraid to explore and discover the wild terrain called you. Say it again. Do not be afraid to explore and discover the wild terrain called you. Your fear of failure is locking you out of the wisdom called you. Do not allow the fear of failure to lock you out of learning you. And this is why I always say that you should be okay with fully embracing yourself, fully embracing your quote unquote the less than parts of your life, and learn it and be okay with it. If you have a short temperament, I don't see anything wrong with that when you know it. Now, how do you learn it? Because the last 5 instances you were in that were less than perfect, you were the one going off on people. You were the one telling people off. Okay, so you got a short temperament. Fine. But when you learn that, you know how to safeguard yourself so you won't find yourself in those situations. So when you are afraid to fail, you keep yourself out of the wisdom called you. So number 1, you learn you. Number 2, if you have found value, before I get to number 2, if you have found value in this content, do me a favor and smash that like button, all right? If you've gotten this far, smash the like button. And if you can really get real frisky, leave a comment. All right, number 2, you learn others. Now this here, that's a whole nother situation. Learning others is important. Let me say this. People are not diseases. People are not viruses. Everybody's not out to get you. And everyone will not be your cup of tea. There seems to be this thread where I don't fool with them. They just let it. And it's like people are automatically, innately become, hey, Rebecca, how you doing? Hey, smart guy. Automatically become negative towards people. They don't even give people a chance anymore. You are locking yourself out of much needed wisdom to exist in this world. You need to learn and understand other people outside of yourself. If you want to be someone who masters life, you have to have a higher education and people learning. If you want to master life, you have to have a higher education and people learning. Let me say this. A lot of people, they say they're introverts and they're really just weirdos. A lot of people say they're introverts, but they really just gave up on the challenge of learning people, and now they're just really reclusive in their own personal spaces. And you can tell because they don't even know how to have a basic conversation. Your introvertness don't have anything to do with basic conversation. That's a communication issue. A lot of people are immature when it comes to people and hiding it behind being introvert. Yikes. Now let me say this. I don't want to master myself and fail at people. As well, I don't want to master people and fail at me. I want to learn me as well as learn people. But if you are afraid to fail, to get it wrong sometimes, to make a misstep and have to come back and be like, y'all, I messed up, my bad, I'm sorry, then you could possibly, very well possibly, keep yourself out of the learning of yourself and the learning of others. All right? If you have found value in this, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. I come live every Monday at 8:30. I'm on late today because I had to be with my private community today, so I had to bump y'all because they're a priority. At any rate, if you want to learn more about my private community, all you got to do is email me at, not email me, join my email community, and that link to join is at the very top of the video description box, okay? Hey, KFC, fail forward. Absolutely. It's called falling forward. And let's be honest, if you're learning, you're not failing. If you are learning, you are not failing in the sense of, if you're, I take that back. If you are learning, you are not a failure. If you are learning, you are not a failure. All right? Number 3, and then I'll be done. You learn the reward of not giving up. You will never know what is on the other side of this lesson if you don't learn it and graduate from it. And there's so many of us that put so much effort into things, projects, goals, challenges, career, whatever you name it. And then when it gets hard, we give up and we cheat ourselves out of the education of not giving up. We cheat ourselves out of the reward of not giving up. See, let me say this. There'll be times when I'm pushing for something new. I'm like really challenging myself. And I get to this point, what I call of no return, where I've put so much into it now, it would be ludicrous for me to turn around. I got to get to the finish line. And for those of you guys in the private community, you probably heard me say this so many times. One of the things I tell myself all the time is, if you give up now, you'll never know what's on the other end. You're missing out on new experiences. You're missing out on education. You're missing out on the warm feelings of accomplishment because you're so afraid to fail, you give up early. Thanks. But if you are the kind of person that will choose to fall in love with the trials and errors of life, you are going to learn more about yourself than you ever have. You're going to learn more about people than you ever have. And you are going to learn about the sweet, warm embrace of reward and success like you've never have. So, if you want that and have never experienced before, do not give up and do not be afraid to fail. All right? That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching Safe Space with VTerrillHill. I come live every Monday at 8:30. Of course, I'm a little late today. It is what it is. But if you've been listening to this content and you're thinking, something about this guy I like, I want to hear more from him. All you got to do is click the link in the video description box, Facebook and YouTube. And right at the top is going to be some information on how to text me to be notified when I go live and how to join my email community. And when you do that, check your spam box because you're going to get 2 emails from me. One, welcoming you to the community, and the other is a double opt-in, making sure you meant to sign up. And when you do that, you're going to be introduced to all of the other things I have going on behind the scenes, all right? There's a couple of people in here right now. They are part of the Safe Space private community. We just went live today and had a hell of a session. Beautiful. Guess what? You won't be able to enjoy it because you won't email. Join the email community. And that is the beginning of a wonderful, wonderful relationship between you and I. Also, when I do send out the mass emails that go out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 a.m., if you respond to that email, guess what? I respond back. And so that's a way to start a communication thread with me. All of that and more in the video description box, all right? I'm gonna play a quick commercial. It's only 1 minute and 12 seconds. It's gonna give you all the information you need to know about Safe Space with VTerrillHill. Until the next time, be blessed. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed today's show, like, share, subscribe, and comment. As well, if you like this content, you're going to love my email community. And to join that, the link is in the video description below. All you gotta do is click the link, put your name and email address in the box, press OK. You're going to get 2 emails from me. One from me welcoming you, and the other is a double opt-in where you have to press OK or confirm. You have to do both if you want to be a part of the email community and get content like this every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 a.m. Also, if you want to be notified when I go live, text VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658. Again, VTerrillHill to 833-458-3658. If you want to continue this conversation with me on a personal note, I offer everyone that sees my content a free consultation. All you have to do is email me at info@VTerrillHill.com, put in the subject line free consultation. I'll send you a link. You set the appointment, and for 30 minutes, we'll talk through video conference call. And I promise you, your life will not be the same, all right? All that information is in the video description box below.